This year, we've seen some major rotations which have made people millions of dollars, namely the Solana ecosystem, with many meme coins pulling 100 to 1000x multiples this year. Then we saw a rotation into Base, where coins like Brett went on to hit the 1 billion plus mark. But there are signs that you are still early to this new crypto ecosystem, which is showing strong signs of potentially being the next rotation from Solana, from Base, into this chain. We've already seen some altcoins pull 100x multiples over the last week, but I don't think the fun is over just yet. In fact, I believe if you watch this full video, you'll be in a great position to capitalize on this ecosystem and make some killer profits into Q4 this year. As you can see in front of you, we're hitting a really pivotal point when it comes to the crypto bull market. We are reaching a really serious inflection point for crypto, Bitcoin specifically, whereby typically a couple hundred days post halving, price action goes exponential. And you can see that heading into the end of September, this is typically the time zone where we do see massive expansion in the crypto market. Now, history doesn't always repeat, but it certainly rhymes. So right now, my major focus is focusing on researching and accumulating altcoins within the strongest crypto ecosystems that I believe, when the market does expand to the upside, will outperform the rest of the market. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. So if you aren't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button and hit that post notification bell for the early crypto alpha. I'm going to be here every single week to make sure that you are in the loop with the latest trends, and that's what we will be doing today. So the ecosystem in question that I want to discuss today is the Tron ecosystem. If you see the statistics over the past couple of weeks, you can see that it's been going parabolic in terms of fees, revenue, transaction volume, TVL on chain. All of these metrics are suggesting that there could be a major rotation underway. And the good news is, if you zoom in here on DeFi Llama, this rotation has only just begun. If you look back to the base rotation earlier in the year in March, it had a week of metrics spiking, then it cooled down for a bit before we had the major run where some of the front runners like Brett from the Base ecosystem pulled huge multiples and hit the $1 billion plus mark. So today I want to deep dive into Tron. What is Tron? What are the opportunities that I'm currently seeing on chain right now? And what are the top ecosystem proxies, meme coins, and altcoins for you to get exposure? There are 3 altcoins specifically which I believe are the best altcoins to get exposure to the upside of the Tron ecosystem, and that's what we are going to discuss today. So what is Tron? Tron is a layer 1 blockchain that was founded by Justin Sun. Over the past few years, it's received significant traction as a payments network, specifically when it comes to stablecoin transactions on chain. If you've been in crypto for the past couple of years, you'll know it's extremely commonplace to utilize the Tron/TRC20 network to conduct stablecoin transfers. It's a network that I've been using for the past couple of years when it comes to paying friends money, receiving money on chain, because it's one of the quickest and easiest and most seamless experiences to receive money. Even at times, it's been much faster than Solana due to the congestion issues that Solana has faced. And you can see that the data does back this up. This has been a trend with $60 billion worth of stablecoins finding their way onto the Tron blockchain since 2021. And despite many other chains bleeding in terms of TVL, like other L1s, things like AIRDROP, Phantom, etc., Tron has managed to consistently increase its stablecoin holdings on chain. If we dive a little bit deeper into the metrics, we can see that Tron is now the second largest blockchain for TVL in the market, actually flipping Solana, sitting around 8 billion. Solana coming in at number 3 at 5 billion, followed by BSC, AIRDROP, and Base, which makes Tron the biggest blockchain in crypto by TVL after Ethereum. So now you know what Tron is. Let's take a look at the recent surge, because unpacking what has happened over the last week is going to be extremely important in terms of working out how to position ourselves for upside here. And there are signs that this is the beginning of a Tron ecosystem season, which could be home to many of the top gainers in crypto over the next few months. Now, before we get into that, if you do want to win some free Tron, I have an amazing campaign in the description below whereby if you sign up for a new Blowfin account today and deposit $100, you're going to get $10 worth of Tron airdropped to your wallet for free at the end of the campaign period. And you also get a free lucky wheel spin to potentially win 20,000 Tron, which is currently valued at around $3,000. You can also win 10,000 Tron by spinning the lucky wheel, which is valued at $1,500. And you've got a prize here at $750. And you can also win 1,000 Tron or 100 Tron as well. So just by signing up and depositing, you'll get a free lucky wheel spin using the link in the description below. And of course, the more volume that you build up on the exchange, for every $10,000 in futures volume, you will get an additional spin, and you can spin 100 times. So if you keep building up volume on the exchange, not only will you get that free spin, you'll also be able to continuously spin the wheel to win more and more prizes. So you do have 8 days to participate, but this is only limited to the first 100 users, so I suggest getting in early if you want to win some free Tron, potentially up to 20,000 Tron on top of that free $10 Tron airdrop. So let's look at some of the major stats and developments over the past week or so and why these developments have happened. The first major thing to note is the fact that Tron's mindshare has been up only. We actually saw Tron commanding 7% of crypto's total mindshare according to Kato AI, which actually puts it right next to Solana and Ethereum as the fourth biggest coin in the market for mindshare, and this is tracked using social data from applications and social media like Twitter. I wouldn't even say mindshare has been up only. The word I would use to describe it is perpendicular, with, as you can see, a major spike happening here in the past week in terms of mindshare. And we know in crypto, liquidity flows where attention goes. Crypto is an attention economy and an attention game. That's what I try and do in this channel. Make sure you are aware of the current trends. The good thing about this Tron run, however, is although a few people are talking about it on crypto Twitter, I'm still not seeing YouTube and TikTok and these other platforms fully pick up the narrative yet, which leads me to believe there still is expansion in terms of the retail contingent. Tron is obviously a blockchain that a lot of crypto native participants use a lot. As I mentioned, I've been using it for payments over the last 2 years. However, there is still a lot of retail which isn't exposed to the chain, which I like because you have this balancing of experienced participants knowing Tron, using Tron and having liquidity on the Tron chain, and also the potential for more retail to come in and keep that flywheel going. Moving on to major metric number 2, you can see that fee generation on chain has also been up only. Tron over the past 90 days has generated over $440 million in fees. This is only shy of Tether as the most fees generated by any crypto protocol in crypto. So Tron actually coming in just after Tether, which obviously everyone in crypto basically uses. So this is pretty major, having Tron as a stronger fee generator than Ethereum, Lido, Circle, Uniswap, and even Solana itself. And metric number 3, you can see that the on-chain volume is surging on Tron, hitting a 100 million plus volume consistently for 3 consecutive days, marking a 7x increase in volume since the start of the year. So it's really been only over the past few days that we have seen the spike in metrics, but they've really hit with a bang. And as I mentioned before, the stats are perpendicular. But why is this the case? Why is volume on Tron exploding? Why is this rotation into the Tron ecosystem happening after we've seen major gains in ecosystems like Solana and Base earlier in the year? Well, it's meme coins primarily driving this. Now, of course, Tron statistics have always been solid in terms of TVL, largely down to, as I mentioned before, Tron being a strong payments network with $60 billion of stable coin supply on chain. However, despite the fees and the TVL on chain being solid, it's really only kicked into gear after the launch of SunPump. Now, SunPump is the Tron equivalent of Solana's Pump.Fun, where anyone that's willing to pay the fees, of course, can launch a meme coin on chain. And this has basically kicked off a bit of a meme coin revolution on Tron, meaning a lot of new meme coins are being launched, people are speculating on these memes, and as these memes pump, it creates mindshare and awareness for new liquidity to come on the chain, and this is creating somewhat of a flywheel effect. This flywheel has had a major impact on Tron's revenue already, with 24-hour revenue hitting an all-time high of almost $4 million. Degens in crypto want to gamble. I think although Solana's been amazing and I'm still bullish on the Solana ecosystem, it has become a little bit oversaturated in terms of memes. I think a lot of market participants are feeling slightly jaded in terms of Solana with just the sheer amount of meme coins launching. So having a clean slate here to speculate with maybe a slightly less PvP environment, potentially even leaning more towards a PvE, player versus environment situation at the moment, has meant that it is attracting a lot of speculators and a lot of degens that are now coming and playing on the Tron blockchain because they feel like it's a little bit fairer. The playbook is clear here. Turbo bid an in-house meme coin, burn some funds, T-whopping random community ones, engage with all the memes, let reflexivity take over. He's referring to Justin Sun at the moment. With no fundamentals, the only thing that matters is attention. Create a spotlight for the chain and start the snowball for people to continue. We know Justin Sun has been relentlessly tweeting about Sun Pump, relentlessly tweeting about meme coins. I'm going to get into my top meme coins in just a minute here. Obviously, he's a major prominent player in crypto, which is a strong reason why I'm bullish and excited about the ecosystem. So this leads me to the two reasons, beyond the statistics, why I believe Tron could be well positioned for future growth in terms of the ecosystem. And, of course, it's point one, being the fact that Justin Sun is a Chad. If you don't know who Justin Sun is, he's been a major crypto player in the space for many years. He has pretty much the most liquid capital of any market participant, more than Sailor, who uses leverage in order to top up Bitcoin. Sun is extremely liquid. He has a lot of influence as well, connections to exchanges, sway in the space. He's also offered to help out and helped out multiple counterparties when they've had tough times in crypto. So he has a rapport and lots of connections in the space. In absence of any other narrative, this is potentially enough of a driving narrative to propel Tron forward. The fact that Justin Sun has a vested interest here to make the chain succeed. And when you look at verticals to make a chain succeed and gain network effect, the meme coin space is obviously a major factor here. And that's one of the reasons why Solana has exploded. And he's trying to run back this playbook that we have seen on Solana. Secondly, the fact that Tron is already a solidified chain gives it a slight advantage versus other chains that are launching their own pump.fun forks, so to speak. Because it already has a significant stablecoin pool, there's A, more liquidity on-chain to rotate into the ecosystem that's already existing on Tron, and B, people are already familiar with using the chain as they've already been conducting swaps or at least stablecoin payments on the chain and are familiar with the UI for many years. So those are two of the underlying reasons why I think this has potentially more legs versus some of the other ecosystems which we've seen perform well, but then inevitably die off after a week or so. Keeping this in mind, what is the best way to get exposure to the Tron ecosystem? Is it buying the Tron token? Is it buying the meme coins? Let me go into my full strategy right now in terms of what I am doing on chain. Will be the first probably of many Tron related videos over the next few weeks as this ecosystem continues to develop. But this video will be the backbone and the necessary underlying data and primary strategy which you need to know in order to succeed with this rotation. The first thing that I'm doing is focusing on the meme coins. Meme coins are the center of this ecosystem and they are the center of this latest traction and this latest run. And I don't think this will stop anytime soon, considering the leading meme coins on each chain, whether it be Solana or Base earlier in the year, have represented the strongest ways to get high beta exposure to the chain. You guys generally know my strategy when it comes to meme coins. If I'm bullish on Solana, I want to own the top memes like Whiff and Bonk, for example. If I'm bullish on Ethereum, I want to own the top memes like Pepe and maybe even some of the newer leading ones like Nero. When I look at a chain like Base, you want to own the top meme coins on Base. For example, Brett and Toshi. If I'm trying to play a Tron season, the meme coins make the most sense from an RR perspective because they offer you the upside and they offer you the best risk-adjusted returns, in my opinion, beyond just speculating on the Tron token itself. But when we look at the meme coin ecosystem, as you can see in front of you, it's relatively sparse right now. Although there is a lot of hype and a lot of new memes launching, and some have pulled crazy multiples in the short term, there's only really a handful of top memes, which actually makes it easier to play in the short term. My strategy is just to play the top memes right now. the leading meme coins, the biggest one being SUNDOG. Then you have FOFA, SunCat, and a few others. You also have MunCat. There are a few in the ecosystem that are starting to crop up, but my primary focus is on the leaders, and specifically SUNDOG because it is the major leader. Now, if you want to look at a comparison to other chains, you can see Ethereum has Doge, which hit 90 bill, as well as Pepe, which hit 7 bill. Solana has WIF, which hit 5 bill. Brett hit 2 bill, which is the leading meme coin on base. Right now, SUNDOG is actually sitting at around 190 million, which at least compared to the all-time highs of the leaders on other chains is still comparatively cheap. And in my opinion, if the Tron ecosystem continues to gain traction, if Justin Sun continues to push the ecosystem and the narrative, SUNDOG, in my opinion, is probably the best proxy and has pretty decent upside compared to some of these other memes. So that is the main one at the moment that I have been averaging into. Major dips are going to be your best bet, just like any coin. Don't buy into the crazy pumps and the green wicks when you do see pullbacks into key levels. That is typically the best time to accumulate if you're bullish. Looking at SUNDOG right now, we're actually just hovering above a major support, which we've been successfully testing on the 4 hour. It's a new meme coin, so there isn't a whole lot of price data, but it does seem to be solidifying here with the support level at the $180 million FDV region. At one point, it even ran up to $280 million in terms of market cap, which is 50% from here. So we've already seen a drawdown from its peak to its current level of around 30% and to the support around 38%. So that is the main one that I am focusing on. But there are other ways to get exposure. Meme coins will be something that I continuously research in this ecosystem, and I'll keep you updated as I find more. I am making some plays on the lower cap memes, but I'll probably do a video at a later date where I go deeper into them because the rotations aren't clear. So for me, with any ecosystem, in the early days, front running can be a bit risky. I believe it's better to play the leaders, just like WIF on Solana when it ran up to $4, and then liquidity tends to siphon down into the lower caps, and you can play the rotation game. But conversely, front-running rotations too early can be a bit risky, as you can be caught holding a low cap which does nothing, as newer, stronger low caps start to gain traction and outperform. So I'm playing the leaders now, and I'll rotate into some of the lower caps at a later date, and I'll keep you updated as they appear. Now let's talk about way number 2 that you can expose yourself to the ecosystem, and that is simply the TRX token. So if you're a slightly lower risk investor and you want a way to get exposure, but you don't want to necessarily ape into meme coins if you don't feel comfortable, TRX is a coin that I'm very interested in trading in. I've actually been building a position, and I'm up on my spot position, but I'm also adjacently trading TRX at key levels. Now you can see we have been in a very strong uptrend actually since the lows in November 2022, and it's been in this ascending channel for that entire time, continuously making higher highs and higher lows, which is great. The real party, though, for most coins typically does not happen until you break out of a previous all-time high that is currently at 18 cents. If we break out of this level, expansion to 30 cents plus can happen really quickly. The only thing to note is that it is at a 14 bill FDV, so a 3 to 4x is kind of the cap, at least in the medium term for something like Tron, but those are still great gains if you want to take on less risk. So for me, it's one that I'm looking at adjacently trading in terms of small leverage positions alongside a spot position that have been building on major dips, keeping an eye out for a break of price discovery, which it's almost at in terms of market cap and also its price level. If you look at Tron Bitcoin, it hasn't really woken up as much, which is exciting because it means there's upside, obviously. But that breakout wouldn't happen till the 0.339 level on the TRX BTC pair, which is another 30% away. So you can play the USD pair, but also keep an eye on the Bitcoin pair in case an adjacent breakout happens here, because you always want to beat Bitcoin in the market, right? So I love doing technical analysis on altcoins versus BTC, as well as their USD pairs, to give me a bearing of how they're performing in terms of relative strength. The TLDR here is good. It has pivoted strongly off the lows. Many other altcoins look like this right now in terms of their BTC pairs, like AVAX, Cardano. AVAX is actually slightly better at the moment. Matic, coins like that have just been down only pretty much. But the fact that Tron has pivoted and is sitting firmly above its bear market lows is good. It means if you have been holding Tron, you haven't been losing money versus Bitcoin. and there is still enough relative strength here to suggest outperformance could be on the cards. Typically, longing leaders in the market is better than longing laggards. And then there is category number 3, which is really interesting. Technically, meme coins are ecosystem coins, but there are also ecosystem utility coins, which I'm looking at. There's one in particular, which I think has the most direct relationship to the current meme coin run, and that is Sun. Sun is their major DEX, but Sun is also Sun Pump. If you go into the sun.io website, you can see they have Sun Pump right up here, so they've launched it natively on the site, alongside SunSwap V3, which is like their Uniswap equivalent on Tron, where you have your typical LPs. The good thing about Sun is that it's at a 240 million market cap, 488 mil FTV, but it is a direct beneficiary of the meme coin madness on Sun Pump, as the fees generated by Sun Pump are used to buy back and burn the Sun token. So Karuna says here, 2x already and still no mentions of Sun on my timeline, a DeFi protocol that will go up in price thanks to volume and revenue of Sun Pump, which has already flipped Pump Fun. The DEX has around 750 mil TVL, but that's not even what I care about. It's the 100% of Sun Pump's revenue that goes to buy back and burn of Sun, which has got me interested. So you don't have to gamble on which meme coin will win on Tron. Sun will win regardless. So this is a very interesting point. If you pick the wrong meme coins, even if the ecosystem explodes, your bags can go to zero. But something like Sun is accruing value from the entire meme coin run, irrespective of what meme coins perform well, as the token is burnt, and you have this flywheel as more revenue is being generated by Sun Pump due to the amount of volume of new meme coins going onto market increasing and being launched on Sun Pump increasing. So this makes it a very interesting leveraged bet on the meme coin ecosystem. So if you are bullish on it, it does make some sense to have some exposure to Sun alongside some of the top meme coin proxies. As I mentioned, SUNDOG for me is currently the top one. So that is pretty much my strategy for Tron. It's A, playing the top meme coins. I'm also looking for new meme coin opportunities. I'll update you, so make sure you have the subscribe button and post notification bell clicked down below, because I'm sure there'll be more rotations coming in the future, but for now I'm just playing the leaders. Also, the Tron token is the second way to get exposure, and then number 3 is the ecosystem, primarily the Sun token, which is the main ecosystem coin. That importantly, because this is the entire narrative, right? You can't believe in this narrative if you don't believe in Justin Sun. Justin is the one that has been pushing Sun Pump super hard. And actually, SUNDOG is the only meme coin that he's actually endorsed, but there are many more that may crop up in the future and be interesting, and I'll keep you updated on those as the time comes. So really the narrative here is around Justin and his power in the space, and also the ability of these meme coin seasons to create really strong reflexive flywheels. So you should now do your own research and work out whether it's an ecosystem that you want to play in. It's certainly one that I'm playing in, but of course do your own research and work out whether you believe in the underlying reasons and fundamentals that I believe in. If you do, those may be the 3 best ways to get exposure to the ecosystem right now. Hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. Make sure to do your own research. Remember, this video is not financial advice. I'll see you in the next video. Have a lovely rest of your day. We'll get back to regular scheduled programming very soon here on the channel. See you later. Peace.